She can't take no more, Captain. She's breaking up. I've got a fecking leak. Ah. Gonna get caught sniffing this in a minute. Welcome back to Ultra for another one where we have a range of problems I've got to fix today. So, this pipe, about the only bloody new bit that I have bought, brand new, has a fecking crack in it, so that's got to be repaired. The levels are out, the nexus was too high, so I'm gonna sort all of that out. We're also gonna show you how I've installed that pump, as I said I would, nice and simple. Yeah, hope you enjoy, guys. Must be about, I don't know, I've lost count. I've done this a lot of times, move the water from one to the other. Try not to waste the water so I can keep it. This one hopefully now is 100% sorted. Just need to make sure I get this one in the same position. Wait for that water to come out. So slap the nut off, take the water out, drain them down. That one's been filled back up, keep swapping the water between the two not to waste as much as possible. Leveled that one out quite nicely, and then we have done this one as well. Now I've just got to repair the crack. Pain in the backside. Look, here we go, that's why we love this. Yeah, look at that. Proof I can use a mop. I'm cleaning it. More impressively, the mop's not broken, it does still work. Have I been lied to? So, what I have realised is with all the sodding about and re-levelling these, I've created a step. I was semi-aware that this would happen before, but I live in a hill, so everything involves a step in this bloody garden. And it just wasn't enough that I was happy with to keep it level. So, yeah, we ended up creating that. Now, what my biggest problem is, if I put you on here, I've set the level of the nexus off the top easy pond. And I think that is just about the right level, almost perfect. But what it does mean is that this one is too low. Now I'm going to have to run the water level fairly high in that one because it is borderline, like I said, almost perfect. But that means this one's too low. So I won't get a decent flow out of this one, and I could end up just filtering one a lot more than the other. I know I said I've got the taps to balance them, but I want them on an even playing field in terms of pressure and gravity and weight. And that one, too low, doesn't cover the hole for the drum. So what does this mean? I've got to take it all back out, and then redo this block tower I've built. Take one of the big foundation blocks out off each one, bring a half concrete block in, and then use some bricks and the wood to bring me up higher than the two blocks, sorry, than the one block, but not as high as the two blocks together. So yeah, great fun taking it all back out. Obviously I've done all the work on the drum as well, so I'm not best pleased, but there we go. I'd rather do it properly now than have to fill it all up. We'll get the fish in, get it started established, and then realise I've got to take it apart. So here we go, let's get on with it. Just something quickly I missed in the last video. So someone put in the comments, I can't remember who it was, but it was a good comment, about normal silicone not sticking to the nexus. He's absolutely right, it doesn't. I should have been clear that I was using CT1 clear. As you can see, holds very well. Can't drain this part. That's the only downside to doing this, is you can't drain this part of the nexus very well, so you'll have to clean it yourself. But yeah, there you go, GT1 does do the trick. A couple of adjustments later, a few blocks moved, some levelling to be done again, and we're almost there. Fun. What did I say about not wanting to wire that bloody thing in just yet? There you go, there it goes. Ah, one of them days. One of them days. Getting there. Let me go send Thunderbird 4 to rescue that. Oh, I do love a bit of soul from Weld. Gonna get caught sniffing this in a minute. Getting on now. Joking, of course, YouTube police. Right, just about back up to where I was. Oh, fucking hell. Just knocked all the water off on top of me. Just as you said, back to where I was when I started. However, height now This is a smidge taller, which should work fine with the step that I've got. This will come down a bit once it's weighted because the ground will squash down a bit. It's empty at the minute, so yeah, finally making progress. All solvent welded now, that's all done. So I tested all this was all good. Just the levelling that needs to be finished. The crack in that pipe, which is good, that's been sitting now, checking the water level. Used a bit of tape just to mark where it was overnight. Nothing there. So yeah, now I can start putting all the parts back. Let's go. Just thought I'd really quickly show what I've done to repair this pipe, because I didn't want to pull the pond back out, lift it, undo the rubber, replace the pipe, etc, etc, etc. Also didn't have much of this pipe left, so ideally don't want to use it. I will obviously be emailing the place I bought it from, telling them it was damaged in transit and I want some money back for the meter. What I've done is I've got another piece I had spare, small collar, probably about 3 inches wide, that I've used as a strap. I've absolutely smothered it in solvent weld, both the crack and the new collar, and I've also put CT1 on the edges, whacked it around it, put a clip around it for a little while to keep it in position while it dries, and that has basically filled the crack and strapped it. So it was only the smallest of hairline cracks, and it was bleeding very, very slowly, losing water, so that's been all fixed now. So here we are back ahead of where I was. Platform rebuilt, re-levelled, level sorted out. Now much happier that where I am with that one compared to there, which obviously means this one is also got a good level on it. Now doing some leak tests. I knew the top thing was going to leak, so I put no sealant on it. I'm just draining that down so I can sort out a drip I've got on this one. Funny size thing here, it's leaking underneath, so I need to go back and try and reseal it if I can, or try and find a better size rubber. It's funny size pipe that. It's also strange material like the Nexus, and that you can't actually glue anything to it. So CT1 works, but I've obviously missed a bit, so I've got to redo that. The top of the drum doesn't look like it's letting any water in, that bit that I haven't glued. However, I'm not sure if the bottom bit, the bit where I've put the pipe in and I actually sealed it, has actually broken where I've moved it around a lot, because it wasn't leaking before, but now it is. So I've got to sort that drip out. Yeah, we're just at that stage. There's just a lot of backtracking, fiddling about when you do this stuff to make sure you've got no leaks. Obviously, this has all been used before, so I've had to tidy it up and etc. Some of it's quite old. We'll get there, we'll get there. These are nice, like I said, the level, much happier with these now. Much happier. This is all glued in. That is glued in up to that elbow there. It's the straight into there. I didn't glue that in case I need to move the Nexus again, so I can take that power out easy, but I need to glue that one, but that's all good. The drum, as it sits at the minute, is sitting level again. I sorted all that out. So yeah, we are getting on, and as you see, I've started on the pump, the pipe work. It's going in the right direction. Going in the right direction. Fun times, fun times. Can we see under these? I don't think you can ever see this on camera. There you can see these guys having a whirl of a time. Yeah, right, anyway, enough talking to the camera. Better get on with it. Right, the slight change of plan, and I haven't carried on with the return, is because I've actually managed to get hold of this. It's a cheap Chinese model. It came part of a hot tub package. Someone broke the hot tub. This is only 3 months old. It's barely been used. So it's rated at a kilowatt, or just under a kilowatt in terms of power input. So it should give me what I need, I'm hoping, for those 2 black tubs. It does from -10 operating temperature as well. So fingers crossed. What it does mean is I've got to think about my return plumbing a bit differently. So I'm not going to plough on as I originally planned to, because I need to get this to vent to the outside of the tunnel whilst taking the air from the inside. So yeah, £160 I've got that for off eBay, so mega pleased with that. Absolute bargain. I couldn't afford one of the massive units because the prices of them are just ridiculous. So yeah, chuffed to bits with this. So you can see the little control unit, your water inlet, your outlet, fan, power, and there's some of the ratings on the side. So yeah, planning stage again. Right, so let's have a quick look how I've fitted this and joined it together like I said we would. Okay, so started lining up pump, doing some measuring, working out what I need. So as I said, this is where the return starts. Putting a valve on as soon as you can to the filter, because trust me, you will need to do maintenance on this at some point, or you'll need to change something will go wrong, something gets stuck, whatever. You need to be able to shut the water off from the rest of the system. So instead of obviously shutting just those, you're going to have to wait for this to empty. I've also put a stop here so I can stop any water coming down, and what escapes is minimal when I start undoing everything. The next thing I do is I use these 1.5 inch to 2 inch rubber reducers. These are the Evolution Aqua ones. Fairly inexpensive. The reason I do this is it gives you a lot of options to be able to join the pump and keep it going. So I use what are the pressure fittings for pressure pipe, will attach nicely, nice and snugly to the 1.5 inch end. So I will put those in there. I then obviously connect 2 inch pipe this end. What also it enables you to do, if at any stage you want to change your design and you want to move to 1.5 inch pipe because you move your pump around, you build a grower and don't need a bigger return pipe, you can flip these round. You can put the 2 inch straight over the thread and you can use 1.5 inch pipe. So you've saved yourself having to buy extra stuff at another point. And if you're anything like me, as most koi keepers are, you're always changing about, always got a new harebrained scheme, something else to do. So I do it this way. I've done exactly the same on the one in the blue tub indoors, and that's been fine, no issues. It gives you the ability to do maintenance nice and neatly as well. You can either unscrew that or you can unscrew these. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's how I do it. Like I said, that into the rubber and then the rubber into the pipe, and then you've got the ability to flip that round if you want to and take those off and use different size stuff. Just a bit of versatility if you ever need it. Okay, so there's what I'm talking about. Both threads done up, a bit of PTFE tape on each one. Always when you're doing a thread, just in the habit of doing it, stops any drips getting through. And then the rubber is connected to the pressure pipe adapters, and then you can reuse it as and when you see fit. Just for anybody who hasn't done it before, don't forget when you're measuring your pipe out for your gaps, you need to measure both the collars as well, the depth of them, because the pipe in theory will sit flush up to there, that's how much it can go in. So make sure you leave yourself enough pipe and you've got a good connection, good seal in the plumbing that you're plugging it into. Seems obvious, but it's just for those who haven't done it before. These are the sort of things that catch you out when you're doing it, because you're panicking about everything else and you forget the little stuff. So that's how the pump will sit. This is, as I said, is all done dry at the minute. Nothing is solvent welded because I'm going to do some tampering now for the air source heat pump. Decide what I'm going to do with that. Got some thinking to do. These pumps, obviously you can run them wet and dry, so you can put that at the bottom of the pond if you want to, and put a bit of flexi pipe on it and run it straight to the filter if you're pump fed. Obviously I'm gravity fed, so I want the pump return here, and so I've got it outside. What I would suggest is for ease of life, whenever you're doing this, make sure it's always below the water line. If you're below the water line, then you're going to have no problems with priming and sucking up water, etc. The gravity will literally prime it for you and then it'll throw the water in. So obviously that is well below the top of that. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps someone. And that's it. So, thanks for watching, guys. That's it for today. As I said, I'm back into the planning stage again now, because I'm not going to plough ahead my return line straight into the ozone, because I'm going to be adding in the air source heat pump, but I want to have it so the heat pump is in the tunnel, recycling the hot air and then expelling the cold air outside is the plan. So I just need to have a little think about it. I've also got to think about the size pipe that air source heat pump runs on. Obviously in an ideal world it would have been a one with bigger inlets and outlets, but it isn't, so I will think about that. As ever, guys, if you've enjoyed that, please do give us a like, please do give us a subscribe to help support the channel, help it grow, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.